Hello, welcome up to the Founders IO podcast, where we dive deep into the startup words, technology, and entrepreneurship. Today, we are going to talk about what books you should read first if you're going to jump from 9 to 5 into a founder journey. If you're going to create your own company, if you're going to change other people's life with new products, new ideas, and I'm going to show you the books you should read, but which one you should not read first. So this one is one of the three most common books that everyone tell you to read first if you're going to create a new startup. I'm going to tell you that it's completely incorrect. You shouldn't go to this book. You should go to this one first. And we're going to talk about today this. This is a pretty exciting topic. I love a lot. And I'm pretty excited about this podcast because I'm going to talk a lot about these books. And I do read a lot of books. I do love books. I think it's one of the best material right now. Even though ChatGPT exists, you still see, you have to see this one, you have to feel it, you have to open it. And still, this is my preferred way of learning. Okay. Even though I've been changing a lot of way I learn, I read books, and I'm going to explain a few of those ideas in the coming episode. But today we're going to talk about which book you need to read first. Why you need to read these books first? Because it's pretty common for you that if you think you want to if you think you can create a startup, if you think you can create something from zero, if you think you can create an organization, normally common knowledge that is outside in internet is that you should go to create a an unicorn company, okay? Which is incorrect. You said that target at the beginning is fine, but it's going to take you a lot of trouble if you use that strategy, okay? So I've been sharing with you in previous episode which strategy you should use first and why. I also explain why this strategy is best for you to use if you are still in a working position, in a work 9 to 5 in the current job. So so for your hostile ideas came more easily for you and you don't quit, which is basically one of the biggest problem that we're facing right now. Most of the software engineers, most of the developers, they really quit because they don't know the playbook, they don't understand the steps to move forward their goals. I'm 100% sure, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. But if most of us understand how to create organization, there would be a better word. There would be more information, more products, more ideas, um, more new products that revolutionize our life. And that's the intent of this podcast. I'm trying to teach you, show you, not teach you. I'm just sharing with you because I'm learning a lot and I'm not a professor. Um, so I want to share with you, that's the correct word to say. I want to share with you best ideas from the startup world, from the entrepreneurship world, technology world that you can use for yourself and you can improve your life and other people's life. You can impact. I think you have one of the best skills that is not going to be replaced for artificial intelligence yet. Okay, because all the intuition, all the knowledge that you have is not only coding. And well, again, this is another topic. Today we're going to talk about what books you should read, and what book you should read first, because you should read all the books you have in you can. That's my personal opinion. You should read everything. You should go deeply with your knowledge base. You should go as wide as possible and as deep as possible. um, but we are not going to talk about knowledge today. We're going to talk about this book, Annie Duke, Thinking in Bets. Let me read you the back of the book to see. Even the best decision doesn't yield the best outcome every time. There is always an element of luck that you can't control, and there is always information hidden from view. So the key to long-term success is to think in bets. How sure I am? Well, what are the possibilities or the possible ways things could turn out? What decision has the high odds of success? What is the influence of luck in my past success and failure? what is the influence of skills in a book that becomes a classic. Former World Series of Poker champion Annie Duke dropped an example from business, sport, politics, and of course, poker, to share tools anyone can use to embrace uncertainty and make better decisions. You learn how to better determine whether a good outcome was a result of luck or skill, be more open to dissenting viewpoints, to improve decision making abilities, embrace uncertainty in planning for future decisions. By shifting your thinking from a need for certainty to a goal of accurately assessing what you know and what you don't, you will be less vulnerable to reactive emotion, knee jerk biases, and destructive habits in your decision making. You will become more confident, calm, compassionate, and successful in the long run. This is Annie Duke. She was a world champion in poker. I think she's also a psychologist or some type of psychologist. I in this book, Think in Bets. Why is important for you to think in bets? So he explained all the learning process he had when going to the champion. She also had his brother working poker, working and playing poker, and the important thing about these books is you will learn more strategically. You will understand the importance of some specific statistics concepts, and you will think. I think this is one of the most important skills you should learn in life. How to appropriate going after your decision making process and how to understand them from the statistics point of view. Okay, in as a founder you will realize that you have to do you have to make a lot of decisions, and making decisions is always hard. So maybe this book will help you to set a framework for that decision making process. I'll be using a different set of frameworks for decision making process, but definitely this book definitely will set you up to understand how bet works, why your thinking is not appropriate for decision making process, what is important to understand, how to improve your decision making process. I've been studying this book a lot because I think it's an incredible book. It's an incredible book, and understanding poker is also important. So this book opened my eyes about poker in a different way that some other books when I was young, my dad shared with me related with chess. I think chess and poker are the two most important games that anyone should learn, and we are going to talk about why chess is important, because I think a strategy in life is important too. In a strategy for your career as a founder is important. This is another important skill. This is a pretty important book for me, by the way. The Sun Tzu, The Art of War. This is a premium edition by Samuel Grifton. It's a illustrated edition, which is pretty beautiful, by the way. Let me see if I can show with you one of the beautiful. It's a beautiful book. I have this book. I try to read them at least once a year because strategy thinking, it has to be mandatory for every founder, for every person that wants to create something. And I would say that should be important for every person. But I'm talking to you, founder. I'm talking to you, developer. I'm talking to you, software engineer. I'm talking to you if you want to change your life, if you want to create something new. You have to start with this book. You have to learn a strategy. You have to think how to place your ideas as a bet, as if you work in a poker game or trading. By the way, we're going to talk also about trading a lot in this podcast. And and yeah, why strategy is important? Well, chess and poker. Chess is more related. It will teach you how to use strategies accordingly. Strategies like using the center of the table game. Try to position your pawns in the best way possible. Try to enclose the weakness of your opponents. There are simpler strategies that works in business. Recently, this weekend, I was looking for the Vanderbilt biography. Such a great biography, such a great founder. Um, I think he's one of the greatest founder that ever exists, and I think maybe he's the best. Why? Because he just set the template for all the other founders that came after him. J.P. Morgan, the Rockefellers, all those type of guys. Um, and it's pretty incredible. His life um, was as incredible, and he was a master of strategy. From my opinion, of course, in those moments, 1865, there were a different game on the business world. They were not the rules that we have right now over there. So they were so you had to go and see the more information about strategy in business and how Vanderbilt can also teach you about strategies. You should go to see I think the documentary from his name is, let me see if I can see the documentary's name. The founders documentary founders. Okay, there is a whole series of the men who built America. The first episode is from John Vanderbilt. You should go and see this episode about Vanderbilt and maybe about all of them if you want to learn about business and entrepreneurship in the end. So the latest book that I want to talk to you today, because I'm not going deep inside this. I'm going wide, right, on the set skill levels that you have that you have to understand first before you go to choose this path of journey and creating your own startup. Thinking Fast and Slow from Daniel Kahneman. Basically, this is the book that will teach you why we are why our brain is such a mess. So let me read you the back of the book. Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman, the renowned psychologist and winner of Nobel Prize in economics, take us on the groundbreaking tour of the mind and explain the two systems that drive the way we think. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional. System 2 is slower, more deliberate, and more logical. The impact of overconfidence in corporate strategies, the difficulties of predicting what will make us happy in the future, the profound effect of cognitive biases on everything from playing the stock market to planning our next vacation. Each of these can be understood only by knowing how two systems, these two systems shape our judgment and decision making process. Um, there is more on the back, but just read one piece for you can have an idea about this book. This book basically talks about everything you have to understand to make your decision and your judgment better. Why? Because we have a lot of cognitive biases and we need to set some type of mental models to go over them, and which is pretty important. This is another important concept that you will understand from if you study Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger was big also on this idea of this on these topics. Is of course he's not a psychologist, but he has a lot of great ideas about how you can improve your cognitive bias. And there you go. I hope this video works for you. I hope this podcast works for you. I hope this episode um, give you something that you can use for better. And these are the three most important books that you should read, or at least these are the three most important skills you should read. You can go to find out different books for the for the different skill set that you have to get, but you have to understand statistics bets, you have to understand cognitive biases, you have to understand strategies, and you also have to understand another set of topics. Then for that, you can go then and read 0 to 1 for Peter Thiel, one of the co-founder of PayPal, also one of the co-founder of Palantir. This is a great book, but please have in mind that if you go to my previous episode and you see the strategies that we can use to um, start a company. You don't need to use all the content here. Neither all the content in this Lean Startup from Eric Ries and in the second books, the Startup Way. Okay, so there is a lot of ways you can create products for people and make some money that can help you go forward and move forward. The first idea. Oh, by the way, I also have these two other books that, in my opinion, you don't need to read if you don't want. If you haven't read this one first, so I will go with this one first, and after that with this one, and maybe with this one if you want. You can get a lot of ideas, good ideas, but again, I'm trying to show you how you can create a different type of company, a different type of product that you can quickly monetize. You can create a business around it. You can evolve. You can iterate this business. You can grow the business after. You can jump from your job and be a full-time entrepreneur. And after that, you can go and create your unicorn, right? Your big ideas. You can go all you can all in, and you can create a better product. For now, let's just keep it simple. Learn these strategies and spend a lot of time thinking. Chat with me, write me about in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let's work together on this journey and let's learn together. Have a great afternoon and see you in the next episode. Bye.